10. I heard 10 first.
Yes.
10 first. 10 first.
I put 180, but I got it wrong.
Well, one's not the answer.
You're funny, I guess.
Thanks. I try.
What?
Factor the polynomial twice. First, use the common factor. So let's take out the common factor. Can we see that okay? I'm going to control plus this bad boy. Okay, that's better, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's take out the common factor first. They all have a negative 3 in common, correct? And they also have an x in common. So this is going to become x to the 4th plus what?
Wait, why'd you do that?
Because we factored out a negative 3x.
No, the x4.
Yeah, it's going to be a minus. Thank you.
No, the x4.
Minus 4x to the 3rd plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
But doesn't it have to be a positive
What is that?
Well, we factor out a common factor first, which was a negative 3x. So now if I multiply this back out, does everything come back? Negative 3x to that, that's going to give me the first one. Negative 3 times negative 4 is a positive 12. 1 and 3 makes 4. Then I've got negative 3 times 5, which is negative 15 with that 1x. So I've got the common factor out. And then it says, with a positive coefficient. Okay, so they didn't want me to factor out the negative. And then use the common factor with a negative coefficient.
So you're gonna put it as 3 over x.
What?
So that way you can take out the negative.
Okay, so the first time then, they want it with a positive coefficient. So let me get rid of this negative. That's going to change us to negative, positive, negative. So let's do that real quick. So 3x parenthesis negative x to the 4th. Negative x to the 4th plus 4x minus, thank you, to the 3rd
Yes.
minus 5, close parenthesis. Okay, well done. And then the next time it says it wants to do with the negative. So it's going to be what we originally did. I don't know why would they make you do that twice, but they did. So this is going to becomes a negative. That would be a positive, negative. Well, actually, all we need to do is change all the signs on the top one. So I'm going to erase that real quick just so I can see. So, excuse me. Negative 3x close parenthesis. That was a negative x to the 4th, so it's just going to be x to the 4th minus 4x to the 3rd plus 5 close parenthesis. Math. Okay? Yeah. If you want me to, which one?
Yeah. You did that wrong.
8?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah.
As in, the infinity stood up? This one?
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you asked that question. First hour, I wasn't expecting this problem to be here for you guys. It took me all hour, literally all hour to do this one. Okay? Because here was my idea. Let me go ahead and clear this out real quick. When I first started doing this, I said, all right, well, if you take a look at this, look at the number parts. What do they all have in common?
They're all head.
They all have a 10, right? We can take out a 10. So I can factor out a 10. Now, if you look at the binomial part, they all have that 2x plus 1 piece, don't they? And I said, all right, so that's what you factor out. And I thought that was a solution. Because technically, that's what they have in common. But no. They wanted more. They also wanted the rest of it. So that means you would end up with something like, let's see here. We took 10 out from the 20, right? So what's left over here? A 10. And then you'd have a times 2x plus 1 to the 2nd, because I took 1 out, correct? And then I'd have 10 times 10. Well, I took the 10. Therefore, you only have the quantity 2x plus 1 to the first power because I took 1 out. And then at the end, we took the 2x plus 1. We took a factor of 10 out, which would leave me with a negative 3. So then I tried that, and it's like, no, that's not right either. So if you want to go through seeing how I troubleshot, I guess you could say that, or the math kind of way I was thinking, go back and look at the video. It does take a whole hour. I'm not going to take up the whole hour for you guys. I'm going to show you guys how to do this a little bit differently. What's up?
Oh, I left the bag in the classroom.
I don't have a key to that classroom. To the D204?
Yeah.
I don't have a key. You have to find security. Okay? Sorry, dude. All right, so let's oh, here it is. Look. And actually, this was a lot of it too. I deleted a lot. But let's try this again. And hopefully, and I'm going to show you both ways because I do want you to suffer a little bit. That sounds kind of bad, a little masochist, but learning doesn't happen if you don't. If you never touch the fire, you never burn your hand, and you never learn not to touch fire, right?
Oh my God.
Unlike Steven that keeps touching it. Stop! Why? Stop! No! It's my hand! You're silly.
You're silly.
You're silly. You're silly, Billy. Hey, come on.
Hey, grow your mustache back.
Thank you.
Good game. I coughed. I'm sorry.
Emily.
Why can't we say game?
You're not allowed to be gay.
That's not part of the game.
I know it's not.
Isn't it part of the song?
Anyways, you guys ready? Here we go. Let's factor out a common factor. What was the common factor? You guys remember? It was 10, 2x plus 1. And then we had, what was it, 10 times 2x plus 1 to the second, correct?
Yeah.
Plus 2x plus 1 minus 3, correct?
Wait, why is the first one 10 and the last one 2? The first one 2.
What?
Never mind.
No, you're right. You're right. Did I put 10 on the other one?
Yeah.
Thank you. You are correct. I am incorrect. And it's recorded in history forever. You are smarter than me today.
He deletes the video for it.
Nah, I won't do that. I'm going to edit it out. Man, I'm too lazy to do that. So, here's the problem, right? They actually want us to go ahead and to factor it further. So, we've got 10 times 2x plus 1. And here's what I'm going to do. That bracket is going to become a brace now. It's going to become a brace.
What is it?
Because that's the next level of symbol of inclusion. Okay? And then we're going to go bracket, times bracket, bracket, times bracket, and then close the brace. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor what's inside. Are you with me? So now I need to figure out, let's see here, what multiplies the first two numbers that multiply to 2, the second numbers that multiply to negative 3, but when I combine them I get a positive 1. Because everyone sees a positive 1 right here, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys suffering yet?
A little bit.
A little bit? Good. Don't let them mess with you. So, let's see here. Let me think. How can I get 2? Well, the only way to get that is 2 times 1, right? So, I'm going to go, let's see here. 1 times 2. Cool? And then the only way to get a negative 3 is 1 and 3, correct? So, I'm going to go 1 and 3. And when I combine those, wow, that's a multiply 3. Is the middle one positive? Did I miss something? I think I missed something. Oh, no, I didn't. This is going to be a negative 1 here, and that's going to be a positive 3. And then this is going to become 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1, and there's your factor form. Yes.
Me llamas donde trabajo
Yeah, go handle it. Okay, so there's some of your factoring bit. So I factored it again, didn't I? Oy. But of course I want to clean it up, right? I've got to clean this up. So I've got 10 times 2x plus 1. Let's see here. I've got this 2x. When I combine everything, that's just going to be a 2x plus 1 anyway. So this is going to end up giving me a 2x, because what's positive 1 minus 1? 0, right? And over here, I'm going to get 2x, or sorry, 2 times 2 is 4x, and then 2 times 1 is 2, plus a 3 is going to give me a 5. So here's what I've got. Yeah, and I close it. Thank you. Everyone good there? Now, this is also just an item as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and expand this, because I don't really want this 2x by itself. So this outside part is going to become 20x plus 10 times 2x times 4x plus 5. Now, noticing that that's an even number, I'm going to put it back into this problem, okay? Back right in here. That's going to give me 40x plus, sorry, 40x squared. 40x squared plus 20x. 4x plus 5. Cool there? No, she did not. It's hurting, right? But look at that. I can factor out something here, can't I?
Yes,
What can I
sir.
factor out from both of those?
20x.
20x. So I've got 20x times 2x plus 1, 4x plus 5. Is there anything else that I can do to simplify here? No, we're done. We're done at this point. So, let's plug that in.
That's a lot of work. That took an hour for you.
It took me, it took me an hour. Because I was trying some things and they weren't working, and I wasn't sure what they were asking for. But they just did. Come on. Where are you, Matt? There you are. Who has this written down already so I can punch it in? Because I want to make sure it says good job before I.
Good job.
So let me clear this. Let me clear my throat. Okay, so what was it?
20x.
20x.
Parentheses 2x plus 1.
2x plus 1.
Parentheses 4x plus 5.
Yeah!
Good job. Can you go back? Well done.
Yeah, you lost.
Can you go back to the work?
halfway.
Sure. Oh, that wasn't as bad as it looked in the other pages, huh? But you see how the other one had a lot more work on it?
What did you? So did you try like adding a number in it? Is that why it was so long?
Did that make sense to anybody?
Well, I'm not raising my hand for that, but
My brain just shut down, is that what you said?
yeah.
Loading updates! Loading updates!
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure where you got that -3 and why it's not in front of the 2x plus 1 in the very first section. The first, oh, yeah.
What about
See
this?
-3 at the very,
Yeah.
very end? Why isn't that in front of 2x plus 1?
Because that was what was left here. I just kept them in order.
Well, yeah, but the -30 in the problem is in front of the 2x plus 1. And then there.
Yeah, but we factored out the 2x plus 1. There it is.
Oh, I see.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright. So, here's what I want to do. Let me go ahead and copy this.
Oh, wait.
It's not going to let me use
Wait, then
it.
what happened to the... Well, no, never mind.
Why are you not working for me? You're not being nice.
Your board is in agonizing pain because you took an hour for a problem. It needs to rest.
I think maybe I need to close this. Or
Or
not.
that too.
Oh my god.
Close windows.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. Okay, let's see if it'll paste again. You want to see something a little bit better than that? That was a little tough, huh? Okay.
Smart.
Okay, so here's the equation. I'm going to show you guys a little trick that is actually using calculus, and it's called U substitution. And you're going to love U substitution. Okay? I'm going to create a variable called U. And that variable U is going to be equal to the value of 2x plus 1. So whenever I see a U, what can I substitute it for?
2x plus 1.
But again, I can also go the other way, couldn't I?
So whenever you see 2x.
So I'm going to rewrite this expression up here as 20 u to the third plus 10 u to the second minus 30 u. Make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Where did
Cool.
that U come from? Just from calculus? Like, it's part of the problem?
I've introduced a new variable,
Oh, okay.
and that variable is u. Not you yourself, but the variable that are used.
So you basically took out that information, you just put it into.
I took it out because I don't want to work with it.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
Like, that's going to make the problem monstrous like it was before. So I'm going to make it more manageable by substituting out with a letter. So now-
this parentheses is going to be like an individual term.
Well, let's get to this first, and then we can answer all the questions. This is okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Then I can go ahead and treat it the way I used to before. I can factor out that 10u, correct? What would be left behind? Well, I would have 2u to the second plus u minus 3. Now take a look at that. Isn't that easier to see that you can still factor that further? And how do I know I can factor it? It's a quadratic. Okay, I can go in through and check with my quadratic rules, but I know it's factorable. I just did it in the last problem. Okay, but I can throw those coefficients into the determinant and see if it's factorable. But I'm telling you that it is. So I've got 10u, and I'm going to factor that, and that's going to become u, what was it? Minus 2 and u plus 3. Oh, that's not right.
Oh.
What was it?
It's minus.
What was it?
It was,
It was 1 here, huh?
yeah, it was 1 and then 2
And then 2u minus 3? No, it can't be that. It's plus 3. There we go. So there it is factored completely. Okay?
Wait, but how would the 3 be negative?
How would the 3 be negative? Because negative 1 times 3 would give me the negative 3. If you FOIL that, remember the FOIL thing? You would get this top expression back.
You can't get
Oh,
a
I thought you were-
positive u with that expression, Mr.
Say that one more time.
You can't get a positive u if you FOIL that out. Where's the positive u coming from?
Okay, what is this?
That's 3u.
That's 3u. How much is that?
Oh, I see.
Negative 2u. What does that spit out?
So u.
The positive u. All right, cool. Everyone good? At this point, I can try to see if there's anything else that I can do. And obviously there's not, right?
How do you check your answer?
Well, you're not done. So at this point, what I need to do is plug stuff back in. So now, 10 u, right,
Braces, Mr.
times the u minus 1 to u plus 3. So all I'm doing is plugging in all the u's. Oh, I missed one. All the u's are going to become what it was before. What was the original expression? 2x plus 1. So 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. Oh, I can clean it up inside of these binomials. So let's do that here real quick. Okay, and this was actually on the, let's see here. So 10 times 2x plus 1. That would become 2x. Over there, I would get 4x plus 5. Right? Everyone see that? And I can say, oh, well, I can combine this one and this one, right? Wouldn't that be just easier to do? 10 times 2x?
Yep.
So I would call that 20x, 2x plus 1, 4x plus 5. Look at that.
Is it the same thing as the other?
It's exactly the same thing as we did last time.
Oh, okay, wait, is it?
But this was easier to understand, yes?
Yeah.
So you turn most of the parentheses into like a single letter.
Into a single letter variable. It's called U substitution.
Get it? Because you're the one substituting.
If you didn't use a U and used a P, it would be called P substitution.
So
So yes.
it's an electric substitution.
It's called U substitution.
The alpha.
And then we always typically use U. What's up? Nice.
The alpha.
Any other questions on the homework from that day? No? Alright.
No.
I'm struggling with the.
Alright, so look, hold on, let me